Hola, bienvenidos a Oaxaca. So my name is Jessie and I'm in Oaxaca, Mexico right now, and I wanted to take this time to make this video. I have some notes with me and I wanted to talk about the things I've been experiencing regarding the energies of the land, Lumeria, and just my experience here so far. So I'm in the state of Oaxaca, and Oaxaca is known for Monte Alban. Ese es Los Pirámides, or the fortresses, you could say, that were really up high. And they're still there. You can go and visit them. I did around like 4 years ago or something, 3 years ago. And it felt really great. I saw a lot of the pictures and the hieroglyphs, and it felt very powerful to be up there. So, yeah, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Oaxaca just to kind of get a feel for the energy and the respect of the past. So, Oaxaca is known to a lot of the people for the two tribes. Well, there's three, but mostly these two, the Zapotec and the Mixtec and the Aztecs. So they kind of all were in this area. And Oaxaca is the home of mezcal. So if you ever get the chance to try some mezcal, some fire in your mouth, some dragon fire, then this is the place to do it, because it is the home of mezcal. So, and I believe the language they speak is Nahuatl. I think I'm saying this wrong, but there's a lot of indigenous languages in Mexico. There's so many different tribes. There's so many different languages. It's not just Spanish. So, Nahuatl. That's one of the languages. And then, of course, people would speak Spanish too. But those are the indigenous languages. Spanish is not an indigenous language. So, yeah. This is my first experience here, solo trip, and it's beautiful. It's bringing me back home to my roots, and I'm also at the beach at the same time. So it's been really, really fun playing with this reality that I know I'll be in again, because I missed it so much. I missed the beach. I missed so much sun. I come from the Pacific Northwest. Well, I knew Texas too. So I very much missed the sun, and I very, very much missed a normal human environment, which is tropical and full of sun and water. So that's what we all need. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it. I'm just going to get into Lumeria. So Lumeria is a beautiful, heart-centered civilization that existed somewhere around 26,000 years ago, during the time of other ancient civilizations like Atlantis, Sumeria, Avalon, Sumeria, these other ones, and I'm not sure if they existed at all at the exact same time. The Hyperboreans. Though they all were this advanced civilization. They already went past peace. Though, just a little summary on what happened, why they are not here anymore, is because Lemuria and Atlantis, they were different, but they were both advanced. Lemuria was more in their heart, also known as Mu. Atlantis was more in their using the capabilities of the brain and the dark kind of swayed them, and they bought into their ideas, and that's why they got taken over by the dark, and then they went to war with Lumeria. So it was this planned thing by the dark. So that fell. And when that fell, according to Zora, when that fell, and my heart, the shield around our Earth, the terraform around the Earth collapsed. And that's why the sun hurts. That's why the sun is harmful. It was protecting us from meteorites. It was keeping it perfect. It's like, you can think of it like a greenhouse. The Earth was a perfect greenhouse, okay? And when it fell apart, that's why there are some asteroids that came in, and we have more natural disasters. There's just things that are not so protected, without that terraform. So that's a little bit of Lemuria, the history of Lemuria. And a lot of us have been there, actually. Most everyone have existed and experienced being in another body in Lemuria and Atlantis. So that is why we miss this ancient advanced part of us, though we're getting our memories back, which is really exciting, because I know I'm starting to, and it's really great. And so when I stepped on this land, I thanked it, and I felt very grateful. And I also said, I'm open to receive the light codes of Lemuria. And I would just kept saying this throughout my week here, the first couple of days. And I was really, really open to learning more about Lemuria and my roots too. Speaking Spanish and foods and cultures and ways of living. So Lemuria also existed on the entire Pacific coast. So if there's anywhere that you are close to the Pacific, you're tapping into the codes of Lemuria. And Atlantis was on the Atlantic. So now I'll just get into my experience of what I experienced so far. So So I noticed that when I was walking on the beach, I am sober. Okay, I'm sober. I'm with my eyes. I'm noticing that there's rainbows. There's rainbows that are flashing on the sand, and just in my vision for a second, and then it disappears. And I just kind of took note of that, and I said I'd never seen that before. And then I came the next day, of course, to the beach again, and I see the same thing, but like every time it was unexpected, and it shocked me. And another rainbow just appeared on the water as I looked to the sand and the water crashing, and I wanted to look at it and look at it longer and keep it there, but it would just flash in my eyes for a second. So maybe my eyes are getting adjusted. Maybe our eyes are we're shedding the literal programs that are on our retinas, and we're allowing our eyes to see truth, love, and reality. And that was what was happening. Is my real eyes were seeing real things, and maybe we haven't before because of our limited eyesight. Right? If we have limitations and programs in our mind, then it has to affect our eyes, right? It has to affect the way that we view the world. So I think we're shedding the limitations of our retinas, and we're going to start to see some things. And there's actually been a lot of rainbows. There's been a lot of similarities with rainbows. I went to a dance class, and my sister's name was Arco Iris, and in Spanish, Arco Iris, actually her name is Iris, but she always says Arco Iris because it just makes sense. And in Spanish, Arco Iris is rainbow. So Arco is arc, and then Iris Well, I don't know what the adios is, but that's her name. And she just kept telling me, yeah, I always tell people it's like a rainbow. And as we were dancing, there was a song that came on that was speaking about rainbows, and I was like, ah! So there's all this similarity with rainbows. And oh yeah, in my book, I brought a book to the dance class, and it's The Alchemist, though it's in Spanish, so it's a bit different challenge. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover that has a activation on it, because it's just really, really bright, and it's a fifth dimensional work of art. The cover, it has a rainbow, and it has the main character, and it has the desert in the background, and yeah, so just her name was Rainbow, and the song was Rainbow. I'm seeing rainbows. I brought a book with a rainbow on it. I think it's talking about ourselves, that we're changing from carbon to crystalline. And I do think that crystals emit rainbows, in that our bodies are crystals, and the rainbows are being activated and turned on. And there's something else with it that I don't know yet. But that's what I've gotten so far. Yes. Oh, and then I did have a vision before I came here. I had a vision. I woke up from a nap. I think it was a nap. Yeah. I woke up from a nap, and I saw a cloud with a rainbow. And this was like a vision, not a dream, because I don't dream anymore. So this was like a cloud and then a beautiful rainbow, and it felt very, very important, very powerful. And when I woke up from that, I kept thinking of just messages are going to be in the skies. So I haven't seen too many messages here in these skies. I guess besides like the sun. But it's been pretty clear here. A couple of chemtrails sometimes in the week, but other than that, it's pretty much been clear, and that's how it should be. A blue, clear sky. Yeah. Okay, and I also noticed I started to feel my heart vortex, like being pulled in the direction of the ocean. I'm not too far from the ocean. It's just right back there. You can see it right there. Right there. And yeah, I'm at the hostel. So they're having a fun time. In the hostel, I'm in the kitchen. So in the hostel, I'm in the kitchen, and obviously when you get in the ocean, you're so sensitive to feeling your body, because you just feel the electricity of the waves and the salt just clearing you and cleansing you. And yeah, in the kitchen, I felt my heart was like, I felt so much energy moving in my body, but my heart especially, my heart vortex was like going toward, it's like you're going towards someone you love. Like it's like going toward the waves in the ocean. And I had never experienced that before. Every day that I'm here, my connection to the ocean is growing more and more. Now this part I did connect with a medicine. I did connect with shrooms. So I'm not sober here, though I used it as a tool, and I asked to connect to the information of the land and the light codes. So with that experience, I saw in my mind's eye a beautiful, you could say like a kaleidoscope of white flowers with colors just right in the center. And these look like Hawaiian flowers to me. Hawaiian flowers that are white. And they just kept showing me that over and over again. Like my spirit and the plant and the land just kept showing me that over and over again. Just beautiful, beautiful white flowers from Hawaii. And I don't know what they're called. though. You know what I'm talking about, those white flowers. And also I received a vision of fan palms in my vision, like the kaleidoscope again with fan palms, though not as much as the flowers. And so I'm thinking that the devas, or the spirit of the plants, were just kind of reminding me that Lumeria, Mu, used to have all of these beautiful plants, and the plants are helping us remember. So I feel like they're starting really tiny with me and like giving me increments of visions and remembrances. And yeah, because Hawaii is known as the land that is still existing from Lemuria, like the land that is still above the water from Lemuria. And here there's still the noise. It's okay. Here there still is those white flowers. I've seen a tree here, though it's not the exact, I don't know if it's the exact one, but white flowers with maybe pink or yellow in the center. Beautiful, beautiful Lumerian plants. So yeah, I've seen white flowers and palm leaves. And okay, this is the interesting part. I almost felt like I'm in two worlds when I'm here, because I'm connecting to Lemuria, which is energetic and it's inside ourselves to remember. And I'm also here in the physical, connecting to Oaxaca, a beach of Oaxaca. And during this microdose of resting and relaxing, I kept thinking about, I kept feeling into that reality, and I made like a drawing of a sign that says, "No talking, please. Telepathy, please." Because that is what we were used to. We only used words whenever we really needed to. We only used words if it was of utter importance. Most of the time we would just use telepathy. Most of the times we would just communicate with our hearts. Whether you speak Chinese and I speak Spanish, it would still work. Though Lemuria spoke Mu, a different language, and I believe maybe Sanskrit or Hebrew. I could be wrong about that, but they spoke a language called Mu. I kind of had a feeling that they were going to, more of them were going to gather. It's okay. It's just, I did have a feeling that they were going to gather and speak. So, all right. So yes, I'm feeling like I'm in two worlds, because I am in two worlds constantly. And this is another word that came to me when I was tapping into the divine feminine energy of a beach, because every beach has especially the beaches of the Pacific coast, they have a beautiful divine feminine energy that wants to help us if we allow it to. And that is just by connecting to the earth. I feel like it's you're watching like a TV show and you say something funny and then the laughter in the back. Anywho, So yeah, I was experiencing this Shakti in the form of water, because I'm at the beach, and I feel like that's why we're all drawn to the beach, because whether we know it or not, we want to connect more to feminine energy. We keep coming back to the beach. We keep coming back to the beach. We want more feminine energy. Do you see all the men that live in beach towns? They're all feminine. We all want this healing, and we all resonate with it because we need that within ourselves. We need to be whole within ourselves. So feminine rising is also feminine healing. It looks different all the time. It can be dark. It can be light. And whatever is needed will be done to discover what's inside and to open it, to heal it, to bring it forth, to open it and not suppress it, to express it, right? Not suppress it, to give it a container, give it space, give it love. All this is gonna come out, come forth, come through, and right, in healthy ways. Taking your anger out in the forest versus your partner, right? We're doing healthy things. So yeah, this beach feels like Terra Christa, feminine Pacific Coast healing energy. It feels Pachamama Gaia's healing feminine Lumerian codes. Those are some words. And as I was with this microdose experience and just resting, I kept hearing the word. I kept it's not hearing, but it's more like seeing the word. I can't really describe it. It's kind of a mixture of clairaudience and clairvoyance when you're seeing. The one where you see. And the word is virgin. Virgin. And I was like, okay. So I kept feeling into it, and then I did remember that there is a lot of praise about the Virgin Mary here in Mexico. The Virgen de Guadalupe. And I took note of that, though I also was thinking about and feeling into Mary Magdalene, because she, because Mary gave, I was also thinking about Mary, because Mary gave birth being a virgin. And I think I was hearing the word virgin because all of us are going to become virgin no matter what kind of experiences we've been through, if we've had intercourse or if we've started drinking. We all are going to return back to our innocent self. So this is also telling me that we're innocent and we're returning back to our pure self, which is the Virgin, which is the archetype of Mary. So this Mary consciousness is what the Virgin is telling me, that we're tuning into and tapping into our own Mary consciousness. And it feels really good because we all deserve to feel playful, innocent again. Childlike, creative. We all deserve to start again from a place of being a place of neutrality, normal, eating right, exercising, your mind, body, and spirit. We all deserve to start from there to then take off the rocket ship, to then ascend, because we can't ascend. We can only ascend when we're in peace energy. So we need that, like, that balance, that neutral plane, so that we can start to go up, up, up. Because if we go up when we're not, when we haven't hit that 0 point, it's just, we think we still can. It's just going to be really hard. So that's the word I got. Virgin. Playa Pachamama Femenina Energía. And the word virgin comes from the word Virgo, I believe, in Latin. So that was my experience with those visions and those words. And I think I'm going to talk about something else too. On my notes. Let's see, what did I write? The dark can be just before the vision of light. So what I mean by this is, with my own experience, I was going through a path to get to my vision of the light, which is receiving light, being a channel and receiving light from source. And right before that, receiving the light, the vision of light, there were these other visions that were trying to prevent me from seeing the vision of light. And I saw it very clearly right there. It's like a fly in your face, and you're like, get away. It's a thought form. It's a vision. Usually it's a thought form. And it'll just be in your face until you just stick around. So you, the light, you just have to stick around and keep putting your focus and your attention on what you want, and knowing that you're going to see it, which is the vision of whatever connecting to the land. And so the dark will do that. They will be a fly in your face. They will be a thought form. They'll be a vision, and it'll be annoying. It'll be like a bully, but they can't do anything to you unless you allow them to. So I think this is something what Merlin says. Merlin says something that right before you see the light, there's going to be visions of the dark, and you just have to stick around, and then eventually you will see the visions of the light. It's just like a tricky thing, and that's how a lot of people give up right before they're about to see the vision of light, because they are pulled into fear by visions or thought forms or the past. So that's what Merlin says, I believe. Let's see. And then I was taking another nap. I take lots of naps here. It's really great. So I was taking another nap. This was a different vision. This was like, okay, I'm going to combine two visions I've had at two different times. And they're both about the water. They're both about Lumerian, I believe. So one of them is, I am looking at the ocean, and there's two columns, and they're making an arch. And it's almost like I'm seeing the doorway of Lumeria. Like you can imagine old Greek ruins. In Rome too, these columns, they're kind of like falling apart, and there's this archway that is on the beach with some other pieces in the back, and it's almost like there was this doorway that was on the beach. And this was like I don't know, 3 years ago or something. Hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Poner el filtro? Okay, está bien. Right, so there's these pillars that I'm looking at in this vision around maybe 3 years ago. During sleep or alpha brainwave, I'm seeing these pillars, and I actually saw a painting online of a woman that created the vision I had. And so I think we're all seeing the same thing. We're seeing like the old pieces, the old ruins of Lumeria, and it is the doorway that, you know, doesn't exist anymore physically, though I believe that they're underwater still and inside caverns in the earth. So that is what I saw then. And then recently, being here in Oaxaca at the beach, I saw something similar regarding tails. So I seen two tails, like two columns, and I believe there was tails. So there was mermaids, and yeah, it was kind of hard to tell if the columns were the tails itself. But I'm just going to say there were two columns, and then there was mermaids around the archway. And I saw some other things, though it's still going to come back to me, because that's what I chose to remember, apparently. So, yeah. And then, so this is a cool part. I kept seeing these numbers, and I always love numbers. I love numerology, study of numbers. This time I've been seeing a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm seeing 1234, and this is the kind of like going upstairs, climbing a ladder, going through levels, ascending. I'm going to level 2 now, and it just keeps going up, 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 up. So I keep seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think this is also talking about my body too. My body is changing from carbon to crystalline, and I know it. I also saw, I love it when I observe the universe, because when I observe the universe, without trying to get anything, I get something. And I'm at the beach, and a woman has a book, and I'm laying down in this position where my vision is just like this chair, the beach, and this woman, like the back of her, and she lifts up a book, and the book had a word on it, and the word was Ishmael. And I've gotten this before in my mind, clairaudiently. Is that a word? I don't know. I got it through clairaudience when I used to work at a garden center for some reason, and I kept thinking, well, I looked it up, and Ishmael is derived from the Hebrew word, which means God notices, God hears, God listens, God's listening. And I thought this was one of my guides trying to talk to me, like an angel trying to talk to me, or maybe to watch and listen to Ishmael. But I think now I get it, that then my guides were just telling me that the work you're doing doesn't go unnoticed. Like, I feel like some of us wants to like go out in the world and make sure everybody's getting all this help and everyone knows it, and it there's kind of like an ego sort of thing to it, and then there's like other people that do the work and don't share it, because some of it doesn't need to be shared, and some of it is very private, and you know, there's a lot of experiences and difficulties with each life, so a lot of growth and learning. And I think that when one goes through that, they tend to feel alone, and they tend to, you know, not feel like they're supported. So to hear that and to see that this time in a book, I really took appreciation for the moment of feeling supported, because I could feel Source working through my environment, talking to me. And that feels really good. That feels really good. When you put the pieces together and you know what's going on. Yeah, so those are all the notes I wrote about Lumerian, a little bit about my experience here so far. I feel super connected to the ocean, the fish, the corals, the many fish, the stingrays, these skinny like fish that have no meat, just a thin line. It's cool. And yeah, all the cool colors of the fish, the yellows, the blues, the black and like white polka dot fish. That one's like big. Yeah. And then when I swim in the water and I look at them, I totally forget about myself. I totally forget about who I am, and I'm just looking at fish, and I love it. So I'm going to correct myself, and I'm going to say that Lumeria is here now, because it is the truth. We're remembering who we are, and we're doing it in a new way. So Lumeria is here, and we're remembering everything we are and everything we have been, so that we can make a new way forward. That is why we're here. That is why I'm here. And I wish you a great rest of your day, and take care of yourself. Mwah.